12 of the NFL.
And we've got the Vikings' electric quarterback. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season.
It's the Vikings and the Bears.
And it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win left.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just 1 snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
On first down, Booth. He completes it to Tompkins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Operating from the gun, Booth. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. To throw from his end zone. Messina in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Quick slant caught by Pierce. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Throwing on 1st down. Booth. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 41 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the 1st as another kickoff is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From
from the gun. He'll hand this off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Now here's Ross. We are in for a good one as we're through one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Booth. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Booth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down to about the 37.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point safely through, and that makes this 35-0 now.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Messina. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Ross on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Booth. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Booth. Again, that's Watkins.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Booth. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Vikings extend their lead yet again. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Chicago offense set to get started. This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
Flushed out right. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 50 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. He's got it. And he is out of bounds here. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To throw on second down. Booth. The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Looking to throw on second down. Messina. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half score.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final shot before break. Booth. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. On first down, Booth. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Booth. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 3rd and long. Booth. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Messina throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Throwing on first down. Messina throwing left side. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 48 yards.
And the Bears are able to claw one back.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
So here are the Vikings to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Going deep here for Watkins, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. To throw on 2nd down. Booth got his man complete over the middle. It's Pierce. And quickly they get to the line. On 3rd down, Booth. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Messina looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bears! A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Now this throw caught left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, Booth.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Boom. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 30 yards.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from going up by 30. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
7 yards there and a first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Throwing on 3rd and long. Messina throwing left side. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Messina. is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Well, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Remember, that was fourth at a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarter.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. To throw on second down, Messina. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Looking to throw. Messina.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Third and goal. Try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. Tompkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Booth. Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. Looking to throw. Booth.
Delivers another one to Pierce. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game, and things can get heated out there. That's part of...
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he finds a man on the crossing route.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they...